I'm at Tantalus Vineyards. So let's go inside the tasting room and take a peek at what you can experience when you come here for your tasting. And then we're going to meet the winemaker and David, and we're going to try some of the wines. All right, let's go. Okay, so here we are. We're heading inside of the gorgeous tasting room here at Tantalus Vineyards. And let's go inside. It's gorgeous. Look at this.
Hey, Mark.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Good timing there. There was a huge bunch of people in here just a few minutes ago. So now let's just take a look at that bank of wine up there. Are they all filled, or have they all been consumed?
They're all filled.
They're all filled? Awesome. So take a little look around the rest of the tasting room here. And then in just a few minutes, I'm going to be going downstairs, and you can see it from here. You can actually look into the barrel aging room. So that's where I'm actually going to be doing my tasting. It's a little hard to see. You can see a little hint down there. But this is where you do your tasting. And right here on the patio is that gorgeous view I mentioned earlier. Not a bad place to have a glass of wine. Which reminds me, can I get a little glass there? Richard, what are you going to pour for me?
I'm going to pour you some of our world-class, award-winning Riesling.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Here we go. It's got your name on it.
Okay, so now I've shown you the tasting room, but now I'm actually where all the wine is aged. I'm here in the barrel cellar, and you can see there's our winemaker, David Patterson, right there. But you can see this is where all the wine is stored. There's the tasting room up there, and but let's go and meet David. How are you, sir?
Very good. Yourself?
Awesome. So now this is your 7th vineyard with Tantalus.
It's going to be the 7th vintage coming up way too quick.
And you're originally from New Zealand?
I am, yes.
And what do you think of the Okanagan?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I thought I was only going to be here for maybe a year or two, and I've stayed for 7 so far. So
fantastic.
It's a good sign.
Awesome. Now, from the little bit that I know, New Zealand and the Okanagan actually share a lot of similar traits in the winemaking.
Yeah. I mean, it's maybe just a little bit hotter in the summer here, and just
hotter.
Yeah, just a little bit colder in the winter.
Yeah.
So a shorter season here, but a lot of similarities as well. So the same varieties: Sauvignon Blanc, Riesling, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, all do really well here, and they do really well in New Zealand.
Awesome. So now you've got three wines for us to taste today. What's the first one that we're going to try?
So we're going to try Riesling. That's really what Tantalus is known for.
Let's get a little close up.
So this is our 2014.
Fantastic.
Estate Riesling.
Yep.
So this is all of our younger plantings, and then a smattering of our 1978 plantings.
Wow.
Of 21B German clone of Riesling.
Okay, that got a little technical for me. I just drink this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But so actually, maybe you can talk a little bit about the plantings, because this is an old vineyard.
Yeah.
And you've got you haven't just started up in the last decade, and you've got a few vines out there. You've actually got some real some vines with some real history.
Yeah, sure. So this property has been under vine for a long time. One of the very first to ever be planted into any sort of grape. Back then, it was table grapes. It's gone through the classic Okanagan. Reincarnation, so it went from table grapes to French hybrids to make some sort of wine, and then from French hybrids into vinifera varieties that, the Chardonnays and the Rieslings, all the things that you recognize on a bottle of wine today.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's talk about the notes here on the Riesling.
So this year,
You're a little bit better at it than I am.
Quite a warm year in 2014. So what I find with the warmer years of Riesling, the flavors leak out of the really citrusy flavors. So there's some of that lemon lime there, but it leaks into that unripe pineapple guava kind of little subtropical tones as well, both on the nose and the palate. And we always find in the warmer years it's quite floral on the nose as well. So you get a very broad spectrum of flavor and a lot of intensity.
It's delicious. I imagine that the 2015 year is going to be
blisteringly hot.
It's going to be amazing. Okay, so what are we going to... Oh, I guess I should down this.
Down that, yeah. So then we're going to move to 2012 Chardonnay.
Okay, let's take a look at the... I always love the labels here at Tantalus. They're gorgeous.
Yeah, so it's Dempsey Bob's artwork. We every time we create a new SKU or a new wine, we go to Eric's place, the owner of Tantalus's place, and choose a new mask for the wine. So
that means that if you start bottling a lot more wine and he runs out of masks, he has to buy.
He has to buy more. Yeah,
oh, that's really a tough one. Okay, so this is the Chardonnay. Now, normally I'm not a big Chardonnay without food.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, let's.
So I try and make Chardonnay a little bit different to a lot of people. I don't make a big buttery style. So this is more of a mineral style, more of a vineyard driven style. So it is fermented in oak. There is a little kiss of oak there, but it's more austere and you know, fruit and mineral driven, acid driven, rather than being that big buttery round style. So it goes with food fantastically well, but you can still sip it.
Yeah, actually, this is delicious. I gotta say, I'm not missing the butter. I'm not a big buttery Chardonnay. Like I said, unless I'm eating it with food.
Exactly.
This is really nice. And what's our last one? I'm gonna finish this while you talk about our last one, because this is actually my favorite here.
So Pinot Noir. My favorite red grape variety. It's so complex. It's really hard to grow. It's really interesting to make. If you over extract it, it gets really tannic.
I need to drink faster, don't I?
Yeah. Get into it.
All right, let's see that.
So this is our 2012 Estate Pinot. So our best lots of Pinot go into this wine. And so, yeah, 2012, it's had a year in bottle now and drinking beautifully.
Okay, so this might sound like a silly question, although there is no such thing as a silly question, especially in the world of wine. Reds tend to be, do you bottle a red and serve a red quicker than you would a white?
No, opposite way. Definitely whites. Whites quicker. Whites way quicker. Reds, you know, at least a year in barrel and then a year in bottle before we're releasing them. A lot of whites are straight out the next spring of the crisp aromatic whites.
So what's the heat that we've had from the 2015 summer? What's that going to do to your reds? What are you anticipating?
It's funny, a lot of people have been asking this question over the last few weeks.
So it wasn't the first, damn.
No, not the first. A few winemakers, the smart ones, are hedging their bets right now. There's potential for it to be a great vintage, but it's been so hot. If we don't get cooler nights and a nice long ripening period from here to when we're picking, then we'll make really alcoholic wines, which are unbalanced. So you don't want 16, 17% alcohol wines. You want balanced wines at 13.5, 14.5% alcohol. So we've got potential for greatness, but it's still yet to be determined by the weather.
And the reason for the higher alcohol is because of the increased sugar?
Exactly, from the heat. Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
Exactly.
Well, delicious Pinot Noir.
Cheers,
thank you very much, everyone. So, you know, there's lots of reasons to come to Tantalus. The view, the gorgeous tasting room. You know, you get to see what Eric has hanging on his wall at home, and of course, the wines. Cheers.
Perfect.
Thanks, David.
Cheers.